Hi everyone, welcome back, or welcome for the very first time. I really appreciate you joining. So we are reacting to an artist that I haven't heard of before, called the Mars Volta. This was requested by Andrew, and the song is called Eriatarka. Eriatarka. This is already cool. This cover art is crazy. Look at that. Wow. So he's on like he's at the hospital, right? Because there's like he's somewhere. Is he at the dentist? Yeah, he looks like he's at the dentist potentially. And then he's just there. He's like a golden egg, but it's his head, and then he's on a plate. And then the light's coming out. That's quite deep. I quite like that. And then is this someone in the background that's just like crying or something? Is that the dentist that's like, oh my god, what kind of patient do I have today? I don't know. This is cool. This is very deep. I like when there's interesting covers. But yeah, let's go for it. Let's have a little listen.
And all those who hadn't found the speaking so wrong, is it wrong? Of Pavlov law they ran rampant through the floors, is this wrong? Feels so wrong. Happen on a respirator in the basement, are they gone? Are they gone?
Wow. Ooh. Wow. Wow. Ooh.
Now there are those who find comfort in the breathing wrong. Is it wrong? It houses the watchful eyes, panting in a pattern in droves. Are they gone? Happen on a respirator in the basement. Is it gone? Are they gone?
This is lit.
impulses made them strong. They used to have causes inborn, but impulses made them strong. Evaporated the film because it covers them. If you only knew the plans they had for us.
Wow. Wow. Wow, I had to pause it there, but it stopped there anyways. Wow, what a song that was. You guys are sending some seriously unique songs. Why do I want to cry? Because I'm very emotional today. I mean, I am emotional always, but like, no one's. I didn't think that I would cry over. I mean, I want to call this heavy metal. Is it heavy metal? I would say so, right? I would say this is heavy metal. Yeah, I would think so. Rock, heavy metal, potentially. But what a good... that was so cool. I honestly really loved it. Like, it was so... it was very experimental, for one, but also very rooted in very much rock elements, and the way it's sung, the structure of it. But there were so many elements of it that were really experimental and really caught you off guard. And I think that's sort of with this, even this cover caught me off guard. So I feel like, obviously I look at the lyrics, because some of the lyrics I couldn't hear properly, but we'll definitely look at the lyrics, and I feel like there's definitely going to be a lot of depth, because there were some lyrics I was hearing, I was like, oh, that's kind of deep, like sort of speaking on society and, like, you know, conspiracy type of vibes. And that was what I was getting from it. Obviously we will look at the lyrics and see, and obviously the name is intriguing. Eriatarka, like, but that's a different language. I'm intrigued to know more. But from a first listen and hearing it, I just loved the voices. I loved the main vocalist. Like, wow. And I just loved the backing, the chords, the tempo of it. It's very like, feels. You can kind of feel like it's like mellow, but it's about to go, like, about to do a madness. Like, it's about to go really intense. And that's how I felt about this. Hey, and then I love the harmonies. I'm actually obsessed with the harmonies, guys. The voices, it's just so... It's just so rocky, and it's so like... I love it. Like, the tone of the voice and like the pain and like the emotion and like I love this kind of rock music actually when the voices have a nice tone to it and it's kind of like this harmonies, so it's very like elevating and you feel it a lot. Honestly, it's gorgeous. Like, I'm obsessed. And then yeah, I put experimental because it definitely is extremely experimental. And then there was something at 4 minutes. I don't remember what that was. I just put 4 minutes, so we'll see. Yeah, how it transitions there, like it's in that bit, this really full heavy bit of like all the drums and I love the drum patterns as well. It's like offbeat and like so good, and then it kind of transitions and then the voice comes to the forefront.
They used to have places in them, but impulses made them strong. They used to have places in them, but impulses made them strong.
Ooh, I didn't hear that guitar bit before. Ooh, listen. Yeah. Ooh, this bit. Yeah. This. Oh, wait. I swear, you guys are making me like a proper rockhead. Like, I'm really not a rockhead. Like, I don't really listen to rock like that. But you guys are making me like, look at me like, yeah. Like, maybe I need to, like, I would love to go to a concert actually. Because this is a tune. This is actually a tune. So let's have a little look at the context. But the song, the singing is just extremely well made. Extremely well made. Very experimental, very unique. Yeah, let's have a look at the lyrics first. It's so good. Like, what a good song. Thank you so much, Andrew, for introducing me to this song. It's great. And these artists and this band in general. And there are those who hadn't found the speaking so wrong. Is it wrong? Of Pavlov law. They run rampant through the floors. Is this wrong? Feels so wrong. Happened on a respirator in the basement. Are they gone? Stung the slang of gallows bird. Rationed a dead letter pure. This is poetic. Wow. Track marked amoeba landscraft. There's so many words I'm like, I don't know. That's crazy. I love that. Cartwheel of scratches. Dress the tapeworm as pet. Tentacle smirk. Please. Flinch the cocooned meat. In for reckon forgets. Bruh. Now there are those who find comfort in breathing. Wrong. Is it wrong? It houses the watchful eyes, panting in a pattern of in droves. Are they gone? Happened on a respirator in the basement. Is it gone? Stung the slang of gallows birds. Sanction a dead letter pure. And then it kind of repeats that a bit that I've just read, and then it goes into evaporated the fur because it covers them. If you only knew the plans they had for us. Evaporated the fur because it covers them. If you only knew the plans they had for us. They used to have pulses in them, but impulse had made them strong. Has made them strong. They used to have pulses in them, but impulse has made them strong. I'm really intrigued. So, got to be a way of getting out. Are you just growing old? Tract marked amoeba lands. That's how you say it? Landscraft, cartwheel. Okay, let's get into the context of this because there's so much going on that I'm like, I don't know if I understand fully what they're saying. And so it explores a surreal psychedelic narrative of a comatose mind, addiction, and rebirth. Labyrinthine prog rock track. Oh, that's interesting. That's a new genre that I've never heard of. It's quite amazing. So Deluged in the Comatorium is a concept album heavily inspired by the life and tragic death of Julio Venegas, an artist and close friend of frontman Cedric. Venegas fell into a medically induced coma after a drug overdose and ultimately took his own life after waking up. Oh my gosh. The album reimagines Julio's coma as a dark alternate dimension or purgatory-like universe. Eriatarka sits directly at the center of this transformation. In the album's lore, the word Eriatarka represents the ethereal or alien guide presence trying to pull the protagonist's soul back to the living world. Wow, this is a deep song, man. Wow. The musical and thematic elements. So musical dynamics, the song mirrors the erratic, fever dream state of the coma. Wow. Because it's like you're in and out. Like it was going up and down and kind of in and out. And like that was it was very experimental with that of like going in and out. And there was bits where it was like, whoa, whoa, and like very painful. And then it kind of went very like, but it kept kind of going up and down. And yeah, definitely erratic. It transitions wildly from frantic, high-energy math rock to quiet, atmospheric interludes reflecting the waking and sleeping states. I was going to say like going in and out of like consciousness. Flea's bass line, so that's the bassist. The driving, intricate bass on the track was written by guitarist Omar Rodriguez Lopez, who essentially handed the parts to Red Hot Chili Peppers bassist Flea. Yeah, Andrew, you mentioned that when you sent the song. Actually, you said that Flea was from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And then John Theodore on the drums. Oh, it's just so cool. Parasitic. Yeah, this is the thing. The parasitic imagery. This is deep. The lyrics feature bizarre, surreal metaphors involving parasites, tapeworms, and tentacles. In the context of the album, the imagery is a nod to the drug-induced hallucinations that Bixler, Zavala, and the late sound engineer Jerry Michael Ward experienced while deep in their own struggles with addiction. Wow, this is a deep song, man. This song was really like speaking on something deep, man. Like you don't really hear songs like this, really. Like because obviously I've heard a lot of songs on the channel, and there's loads of deep songs and loads of beautiful songs that talk about depth. But I've never heard a song that talks about something so specific, and addiction. Actually, I haven't heard a song that's spoken about this in such a way like that's so poetic and so wow, it's really an amazing song. So the song carries an even deeper layer of tragic significance. Just a month before Deluged in the Comatorium, the album was released, Jeremy Michael Ward, the sonic architect and audio manipulator who helped create the band's signature psychedelic soundscapes, died of a drug overdose. Because of this, the chaotic grief and musical intensity of tracks like Eriatarka became a dark, unintended eulogy for the band's lost collaborator. Gosh, this is really like very much hit home for them, right? This song, like, oh, that's kind of deep, man. Wow. What does this word mean? Like, is it in any language, or is it just something that they kind of made up? Okay, yeah, it's a nonsensical made up word. Yeah, and that kind of adds to the kind of the world that like I can't relate to the things that is being spoken about in this song, and there's probably a lot of people that can't relate to it. But what I'm saying is like the people that go through those things, they probably feel quite alone and quite misunderstood and quite judged for what they were going through. And so I feel like having that word that's kind of doesn't necessarily mean anything. It wasn't an actual word that's in the dictionary, but it's a word that those people can kind of understand. And it's almost like giving a voice to the voiceless, or giving a language to a situation that isn't always understood by a lot of people, if that makes sense. So I really like that about it, and it's really deep, and like that's the thing, it's like this is it's interesting because obviously I just look at it from, I don't look at the context beforehand. So obviously I didn't know the context at the start of this video. So if that seemed insensitive, I do apologize. But I like to observe things from not knowing and kind of trying to decipher what it meant. But now that this, he's in a hospital, And you know, his head is like, yeah, and it makes sense, like, but it's not, it's quite uplifting, but it's also I mean, for me, it has like this comical, it has a comical feel to it. Is it just me? Like, do you guys see what I'm saying? But it's obviously, this song is not a comical thing. It's not a laughing matter. You know what I mean? But something about it is kind of like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. But it's like an egg, like this golden egg, and like, but it's his head, and then it's on a plate, and it's like, yeah, it's really deep. I actually want to know. Erotica, cover art meaning. I'm really intrigued, because I feel like these all mean something, you know, that an artist is very intentional in their process and how they put out stuff. The center visual for the album features a surreal portrait that incorporates a human face emerging or splitting apart, often described as a squid man ascending to heaven or a freed spirit breaking through. The emerging head represents Serpentax, the protagonist, and an analogue for the band's real-life late friend. Okay. Light from the mouth, the shaft of the light pouring from the subject's mouth acts as a visual representation of a cry for help. It symbolizes a piercing ray of daylight, a clarity breaking through the dark, murky gloom of the hospital and the coma dream state. Yeah, it's like, that's what I'm like. It's really deep, man. It's actually really, really deep. And it's really, it makes you think a lot. It's like, it kind of, for me, it makes me feel a lot of different emotions, this cover art does. It's almost like, is this person's crying in the background, but you don't see a plate in the hospital. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, it's just, it's bringing up a lot of like different thoughts and feelings of what it could be about, you know? But dream state, the overarching visual elements are rooted in Greek mythology and the subconscious. The floating submerged aesthetic represents a spirit ascending from the murky depths of the despair and self-disgust. The concept behind Eriatarka, House of Facial Muscular Corrections, is the office of a surreal doctor who mutilates and alters the protagonist's body to help him transition into a new spiritual form. The artwork captures this uncomfortable, dreamlike, and jarring transformation from the confines of addiction into a divine, liberated state. This is deep, yo. There's so many meanings behind this. There's so many meanings behind it. That's crazy. Wow. And that's why I always like to look at cover art, because I feel like I'm a photographer as well as a musician, and I work a lot with music artists, and we create a lot of, obviously, cover art for them, and stuff like that. So I'm always very much about representing a deeper meaning behind a song through visuals, as well as just obviously through the instrumental and all that kind of stuff. Not that I've ever done anything like this, but this is definitely giving me inspiration for like deeper messages and stuff like that. But there's always very an intentional thing with cover art, you know, to create a mood and to create meaning behind the album or the single that someone's releasing. So this is an all-round amazing song, really raw, authentic, human, about, you know, deeper things, and about heartbreak, about trauma, about hardships, addiction, you know. Thank you so much, Andrew, for exposing me to this song and to this artist. Yeah, thank you so much. And if you guys liked the way that I analysed the song, I went into depth with the cover art, the context, the description, the song lyrics, all of that kind of stuff. And that's something that you resonate, because I do that pretty much on all my videos. And then feel free to like and subscribe. I do listen to a lot of rock as well, a lot of kind of Japanese, Korean rock. So if that's something that's also of interest to you, then feel free to like and subscribe. If you have any other requests, there is a link in my description box for you to send those through. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and spending time. Very grateful. Thank you so much, Andrew, for requesting as well. Bye. Till next time.